Welcome to Move with Madeline Yoga. So we'll go ahead and make our way onto our back with the soles of the feet touching. The knees fall out wide, and you can bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly for Supine Butterfly. And then go ahead and just take some deep breaths in and out through the nose. Feel the rise and fall of your belly. And we're just going to hang here for a bit, breathing into the hip space. So tonight's class is going to just be a little bit of a slower theme, especially with the full moon, with all the energy that the full moon gives. The full moon can bring in a lot of emotions, whether that's happiness, joy, sadness, anger, anxiety. Or also it can allow us to connect to our intuition. So keep breathing in the supine bound angle pose. And I do have a little message for you all. I pulled a card out in honor of this full moon. And the card is called Reflection, and it also has a moon on it, which is kind of funny. I intuitively picked it. So this reflection card represents illusion, self-examination, and distortion. So what you see around you mirrors what you feel within you. The chaos you perceive or experience in your physical reality simply reflects your inner chaos and turmoil. If things are not working well in your outer world, what is it that is not working well within you? This card calls for a thorough self-examination. Do not merely skim the surface. You must delve deep into the end to uncover the truth. This will take time, patience, and commitment. So just observe your thoughts and feelings throughout the day, or even in this practice, and make a note of negative or unconstructive thoughts and feelings. This practice over time will in itself help heal and restore balance to your life. It may be helpful to keep a diary in which you note your thoughts and feelings. What is it that triggers these thoughts and feelings? Journal writing will also help, provided that the journal is for your eyes only. It may also be helpful to seek professional advice from a qualified counselor or health practitioner who has experience in this field. So commit to this reflective journey, be disciplined in your approach, and you'll never look back. The rewards will be greater than you ever imagined. So for this full moon, especially in Leo, I like to think of it as what is serving our higher good. What is it that we can release, especially around this full moon? Some affirmations for this card is, my heart is full of love and light. All is well in my world. I feel the peace within me, and this creates peace around me. Or I observe all I think and feel. Go ahead and close the knees together. Hug the knees into the chest. Just rock yourself from side to side. And you can either roll over to the side to press yourself up into a seat, or you can bring those palms behind the thighs and start to rock and roll yourself up into a seated position. So I'm going to face you guys. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in, reach those arms up high. Then exhale the hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale the hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale the hands to the heart. And then go ahead and you can set an intention for your practice or even for this month. What is it that you wish to let go of? Or what is it that you wish to open up within you? So hold that into your heart space. And then when you're ready, you can roll yourself over into a tabletop pose. So bring those palms underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the waist. Spread the fingers wide. The toes are uncurled, drawing the belly in, engaging it. Go ahead and inhale, drop the belly for cow. Peel that heart forward, look up. Exhale, round the spine for cat. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. One more time as you inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine. And go ahead and return to your tabletop pose. Curl the toes underneath you. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, send the hips up high for your first down dog, or maybe second if you practiced already today. Go ahed and bend the knees, draw the belly in. Let the chest melt towards the thighs. Find a nice long spine. And then start to send the heels down towards the mat. So the goal is to find a nice long spine, not long straight legs. So think about finding a straight spine. Taking deep breaths in your down dog. And then go ahead and bend the knees on your inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk to the top of the mat. Come to a forward fold, feet hip width apart, bending at the knees. Let the top half of the body go. The arms easily dangle, they can go opposite elbows for ragdoll. Laying from side to side. If you want a deeper stretch in the hamstrings, you can begin to straighten those legs. Just don't lock the legs. Deep breaths in your fold. Breathing into the back. And if your arms are interlaced, go ahead and release that. On your inhale, come up for your halfway lift. Draw that belly in, keep the gaze down, flat back. And exhale, fold. And root down to the feet as you inhale, rise up, reach both arms up high. Exhale the hands to the heart. Slight tuck in the tailbone, lift through the chest. Inhale, reach both arms up high. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Lead with your heart. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. And exhale, fold, plant the palms, step back into a plank pose. Option to drop the knees down if you wish. Always keep that belly engaged. I'm going to drop my knees down. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly lower yourself down, hugging those elbows in along the rib cage. Setting up for Cobra, zip the legs together. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. As you inhale, peel that heart open. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Inhale, lift through the heart. The kneecaps are lifted. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale as you lift. Maybe hover the hands. Exhale, lower. And inhale, pull yourself up into a tabletop or plank. And exhale, make your way to your downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here in your down dog. Inhaling through the nose. Open the mouth, side out. 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, side out. And 1 more time, deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. And on your inhale, go ahead and reach that right leg up high. Bend the knees and stack the hips. So bring that heel towards the glute, opening up the hips. So you're pointing that right knee towards the ceiling. Deep breaths here. And then on your inhale, go ahead and extend that right leg, square the hips off. Exhale, step that right foot through between the palms for a runner's lunge. We're gonna go ahead and drop that back knee down, uncurl the toes and just sink into the hips here. If you have some blocks, you can come up on a couple blocks. You can stay with your fingertips, come onto your fingertips. Otherwise, if you wish to rise, you can bring those hands onto the thigh, sinking into the hips. Press that back foot into the mat so you protect the knee a bit. Slight tuck in the tailbone as you engage the belly and lift through the heart. Find a focal point or maybe close the eyes and breathe. And if you're on blocks or fingertips, go ahead and rise up here, meet us with our palms on our thighs. You can stay here or start to reach those hands up high. A couple breaths here. Go ahead and grab onto the left wrist with the right hand and lean over to the right side. So you're creating this crescent moon and a crescent lunge. Or a sundial is what they call it. Keep breathing. And inhale, reach both arms up high. Exhale, go ahead and frame that front foot. Curl the back toes as you inhale, lift through the back knee. And exhale, step that left foot to meet the right in a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root down to the feet as you inhale, rise up, reach both arms up high. Exhale the hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step back to your plank pose. So you have the option to lower yourself all the way down, coming into a cobra, and then up dog or down dog. Otherwise, you can just meet right into a downward facing dog. So wherever you are, use your breath to guide you. Meeting in down dog, take a couple breaths here. And then we'll come to the other side. So inhale, reach that left leg up high, bend the knees, stack the hips. Heel comes towards the glute. Opening up through the hips. Keep breathing. And on your inhale, go ahead and reach that left leg up high, square the hips off, and exhale, step it through for that runner's lunge. So pick up that foot if it doesn't make it between the palms. So option is stay here. You can drop that back knee down. You can come up onto blocks if you'd like, or you can come up onto the knee. Bring the palms onto the thigh. So again, wherever you are, go ahead and find a focal point or close the eyes and breathe into the hips. Keep that belly engaged to protect the back. And if you're on your hands or fingertips, go ahead and meet us up here. And then when you're ready, you can reach those arms up high if you wish. Deep breaths in your lunge. And then go ahead and grab onto that right wrist as you inhale here, and exhale, lean over to the left side. And then on your next inhale, return back through center, reach both arms up high. Exhale, go ahead and frame that front foot, curl that back toes. Inhale, lift through the back knee, straighten that front leg. As you exhale, step the right foot to meet the left in a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Go ahead and heel toe those feet wide, bring the toes out and the heels in, sinking into the hips, very Malasana, yogi squat. If your heels are lifted, that's totally fine. Think about pressing the palms into each other and the elbows into the inner thighs and find length through the spine. So don't worry about the heels touching the mat. Worry about finding length in the spine. So if you look like this, that's great. Find length. And you can either close those eyes or find a focal point. Breathe here. You might experience some discomfort in your practice because we store all of our emotions and stress in our hips and our back, then our whole body. So if you find any discomfort, breathe through it. But if you find pain, notice the difference between pain and discomfort. Always step back. It should never be painful. It means you're pushing your body too much. There will be discomfort, however. So keep breathing. A few more breaths in your Malasana. You're almost there. And find another deep breath in as you find length. Exhale, go ahead and plant those palms and inhale, lift through the hips. Pivot the feet back to face the front and so they're hip width apart. And on your exhale, go ahead and fold back again. And inhale to your flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root down to the feet as you inhale, rise up, reach both arms up high. Exhale the hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. This time, exhale, hinge at the hips, lead with your heart and reach those arms up and back behind you. So now they're above your head. And then inhale, sink into the hips and rise into a chair pose. So feet can be hip width apart or together with the slight gap in the heels. Weight is in the heels. Draw that belly in as you lift through the heart, check down and make sure you can see your big toes, or your toes in general. Inhale here. As you exhale, straighten those legs, hinge at the hips, reach those arms up and back behind you again. Inhale, sink and rise into your chair. Exhale, straighten and fold and reach those arms back. Inhale, sink for chair. Keep that belly engaged, drawing in. Exhale, straighten, fold, reach those arms back. Inhale, sink, reach those arms up for chair. And then exhale, straighten those legs, bring the hands to the heart center for standing mountain pose. Deep breaths here. And then on your inhale, go ahead and reach both arms up high. Exhale, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Inhale to your flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms and step that right foot back and drop the heel down at 45 degrees. So we're going to rise up into a warrior one. So you can scooch those toes forward, bend through that front knee and rise up. So the heart is facing forward. The hips are facing towards the right corner of your mat. Slight tuck in the tailbone. Back heel and foot is planted. The front knee is going to be directly above the ankle or slightly behind it. It should never go past it. So if your knee is going past it, go ahead and scooch the toes forward. So you'll feel it in the right hip, but you also feel an engagement in the left leg. Deep breaths here. One more deep breath in. Exhale here. Go ahead and straighten that front leg. Step that back foot up about an inch or two. Inhale as you reach both arms up. Exhale as you hinge and lead with your heart, coming into a pyramid pose. So hands can be either on blocks or fingertips touching the mat. Inhale as you draw that belly in. And then exhale, fold over that front leg. Go ahead and press into that front big toe so you're not locking that front leg. So you still feel a little bit of engagement, but also a stretch. Deep breaths here. And then on your inhale, you're gonna come up halfway. Go ahead and bring the hand onto a shin or the inside of the left leg into a block, and inhale, reach that right hand up high for a triangle pose. So tuck the tailbone in as you open the chest to the right side of the mat. If you feel like opening up the stance a bit more, you can scooch that back leg back. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And go ahead and bend that front knee and rise up into a warrior two. So heart is facing towards the right side of the mat. Front knee is tracking towards the left side. So you're opening up through the hips, gaze past that left middle finger. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and cartwheel those hands down, frame that front foot and step back into a downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's take a little break, come into a child's pose. Knees wide, toes touch, sink the hips back. Go ahead and take a sip of water. Or just catch up with your breath. A few moments here. Notice the imbalance before we come to the other side. And then when you're ready, go ahead and meet back up into a downward facing dog. Bending to the knees as you inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Come back to your forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're down to the feet as you inhale, rise up, reach both arms up high. Exhale the hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hinge and forward fold. Go ahead and reach those arms back just like we did before. Inhale as you sink through the hips, rise up to a chair. Exhale, bend and fold, reach those arms back and up. Inhale as you sink and rise. Exhale as you bend and reach. Inhale one more time for chair. Exhale, fold. I'm sorry, this is the last time for chair. Inhale, rise up to a chair. And exhale, hands to heart, straighten the legs. Inhale, reach both arms up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the palms and step that left foot back this time for your warrior one. Drop that back heel 45 degrees. Bend through that front knee and rise up. Deep breaths, find a focal point, maybe close the eyes. And then on your inhale, go ahead and straighten that front leg, step that back foot up about an inch or two. Exhale here. Inhale, reach through those hands. As you exhale, pivot, hinging at the hips. Come down to that pyramid pose. So pressing into that right big toe this time, so you keep a little tiny micro bend. Hands can be on the fingertips. They can be hovering a bit. Maybe they're on blocks or books. Deep breaths. Go ahead and bend through that front knee. Oh, I'm sorry. Bring that right hand onto the right shin or the inside of the right leg, and inhale, reach that left hand up high for a triangle pose. So press down through that right big toe. Tucking the tailbone, peeling that heart open. And then we'll go ahead and bend through the front knee and rise up into a warrior two. You can scooch that back foot further if you wish. Front knee tracks towards the right side, gazes past that right middle finger. Opening up through the hips. Draw the shoulder blades down the back just to open up the chest a bit more. Find a deep breath in. And then exhale, go ahead and cartwheel those hands down, frame that front foot, step back into a downward facing dog. Few breaths here. If you wish to flow it out, go ahead and take a flow. We'll all meet in a down dog. I'm going to stay in a down dog. And then on your inhale, go ahead and reach that right leg up high. And exhale, step that right foot to the outside of the right hand. So you're coming to a lizard pose. So both hands are on the inside of the right foot. The knee is hugging in towards the right shoulder. Go ahead and drop the back knee down if you wish. Uncurl the toes, sinking into the hips. So you can stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can come onto the forearms. Maybe you open up the knee towards the right a bit, coming onto the edge of the right foot. I'm going to stay right here up on my palms. So come and see if you can find a focal point, or just close the eyes, breathing into the hips. A few more breaths in your lizard pose. And if you are on your forearms, go ahead and make your way up onto the palms. You're going to curl the back toes underneath you and inhale, lift through the back knee. Straighten that front leg as you walk the hands over to the left side of the mat, pivoting all the toes to face the side of your mat. Go ahead and inhale, find a flat back, draw that belly in, and then exhale, fold down the middle into your wide-legged fold. So option to keep the palms underneath you, kind of at this 90 degree. With your arms, you can bring the hands to the calf, to the ankles, to the outer edges of the foot. Maybe reaching those hands behind. Or if you want to come into a wide-legged down dog, you can reach those hands in front of you. Letting the heart melt towards the mat. If you wish to shake out the head, yes or no, releasing any tension, go ahead and do that. Now on your next inhale, go ahead and find a flat back, draw that belly in. On your exhale, you're going to walk the hands to the back of your mat, pivoting all the toes and bringing that left foot towards the left corner of your mat. So now you're going to come into a lizard pose, the other side facing the back of your mat. So go ahead and drop the back knee down if you wish. You can stay up onto the palms, or if you want to go deeper, you can come onto the forearms. Wherever you are, closing the eyes and finding deep breaths in this uncomfortable hip opening pose. Keep breathing, let these thoughts come and go with every exhale that you take. A few more breaths, you've got this. And if you're on your forearms, go ahead and come up onto the palms. Curl the back toe, inhale, lift to the back knee, straighten that front leg as you walk those hands back to the side of your mat, coming back into that wide-legged fold. But inhale, find a flat back, draw that belly in, and then exhale, fold again. So if your hands are resting down in front of you, go ahead and flip it so the tops of the hands are pressing into the mat. And just press the tops of the hand into the mat, because since we're on our palms, just finding that counter stretch with our wrist. More breath. And then go ahead and find a flat back, walk those hands out underneath you. Bring that left palm to the center underneath you. As you inhale, reach our right hand up high. Exhale here. Inhale, open up through the chest. And then exhale, release that right hand down. Bring it to the center as you inhale, reach that left hand up high. Exhale here. Inhale as you open up through the chest. Exhale, release that hand down. Go ahead and heel toe those feet together. So bringing the feet underneath the hips, toes facing forward, coming back to your forward fold. And inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root down to the feet as you inhale, rise up, reach both arms up high. Exhale the hands to the heart. Nice. So go ahead and bring yourself to the top of your mat if you aren't there already. And inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step back into a plank. Option to drop the knees down as you inhale here. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. So we're just going to come into a half crocodile pose. So go ahead and bring the right cheek onto the mat. Bring that left arm into, both arms actually, into a 95 degrees, so they're goalposts. And go ahead and draw that left knee in towards the left elbow. So you're kind of creating this half H. So breathe here. Hopefully you guys can hear me with the mic and I'm not covering it. And then I'll go ahead and release that left leg long. Bring that left cheek onto the mat. And then draw that right knee in towards the right elbow. And go ahead and extend that right leg long. Bring those palms along the rib cage. Bring the chin in onto the mat. We'll do a Cobra Pose. So inhale, lift through that heart. And exhale, release. And then press yourself up into a tabletop, making your way into your child's pose. So if you wish, you can bring the palms to touch and then bring the palms over the head. So you find a little tricep stretch. If you want to go deeper, you can walk those triceps forward. Breathe as you allow your heart to melt towards the mat. We'll go ahead and release those hands down. They are lifted. Walk the hands up towards the knees. And we'll all make our way onto our back. Setting up for a bridge pose. So go ahead and bring the heels as close as you can to the glutes, but feet are hip width apart. So just check and make sure that their toes are facing forward before you come onto your back. Let the arms rest along the side, palms facing up. Those knees are parallel, pressing it into the big toes so that your knees don't sway out. Tuck the tailbone in. Go ahead and inhale, lift through the hips. Exhale here. If you're not feeling bridge pose today and you want to place a block underneath you for some extra support, you can do that. Otherwise, if you just want to stay lowered, you can stay lowered. Here for a few breaths. And then we'll slowly release the hips down. Go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to touch. Let the knees fall out just like we did at the start of class. Notice if your supine butterfly feels a bit more open, or maybe it's tighter. And then we'll close those knees. Go ahead and bring the feet back onto the mat, hip width apart. Inhale, reach that right leg up high, and exhale, cross it over the left knee. Keep the right toes flexed. Send that right knee away. Stay here. Begin to draw the left knee in towards the chest, and you can interlace the fingers underneath the thigh or the kneecap. Or pigeon pose on our back. And then go ahead and release that leg, uncross the right leg, and just come to the other side. So inhale, reach that left leg up. Exhale, cross it over the right knee. Keep the left toes flexing back and draw that left knee away from the space. Stay here. Go ahead and start to draw that right knee in towards the chest. Interlacing the fingers wherever you please. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and release that. And crossing that leg, go ahead and hug both knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. And then we'll open up the knees, draw the knees in towards the armpit. And then go ahead and bring the soles of the feet towards the ceiling, coming into a happy baby. So you can grab onto the ankles, outer edges of the feet, or underneath the thigh. Rocking from side to side. And then hug the knees back in towards the chest. You can either find a wall if you wish. We're going to come into legs up towards the ceiling. So if you wish to use a wall, you can scooch your glutes as close as you can to the wall and then swing those legs up. Otherwise, you can, if you have a block, come to rest on a block. If you have a pillow, you can put a pillow underneath. Otherwise, you can put those hands underneath the glutes. Just letting the blood rush down the legs. And if you want to flex the toes back and forth, you can do that, flexing the feet. And then begin to draw those knees back in towards the chest. Give yourself a hug. And then go ahead and let the knees fall to the left. Bring the arms out to a T and bring the gaze to the right for a supine twist. Now on your next inhale, go ahead and draw those knees back in towards the center. Give yourself another hug, rocking from side to side before we come to the other side. Letting the knees fall to the right. Gaze comes to the left this time. And on your next inhale, go ahead and draw the knees back in towards the center. Give yourself one final hug, rocking from side to side. And inhale, draw the head up towards the knees. Give yourself one big final squeeze. Take a sip of air. And another sip of air. And one more breath in. And then exhale, release into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Go ahead and let the arms rest along the side. Palms facing up if you wish. Closing the eyes if they aren't closed already. Go ahead and draw those shoulder blades down and away from the ears. Allowing yourself these few moments of rest. And begin to mentally repeat to yourself, my body is relaxing. My body is relaxing. My body is completely relaxed. My mind is relaxing. My mind is relaxing. My mind is completely relaxed. My breath is relaxing. My breath is relaxing. My breath is completely relaxed. And at the sound of the 3 bells, I allow myself to fall into a deeper and deeper meditative state with every exhale that I take. Begin to take some deeper breaths. Begin to find some movement in your fingers and your toes. Go ahead and take a deep breath in as you reach those arms up and over you. Find a nice morning/evening stretch. And then hug those knees into the chest. Rock yourself from side to side until your body chooses which side it wants to rest in for its fetal position, curling yourself up into a ball, letting the lower arm be the pillow. And when you are ready, go ahead and press yourself up into a seated position. Go ahead and bring the hands to the heart center. And just think of one thing you're extremely grateful for today. Hold that in your heart. And I invite you to join me. You do not have to if you wish, but we will close our practice with the chant of Om. So inhale for Om, deep breath in. Om. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Thank yourself for taking a moment to be on your mat. Thanking any emotion, revelation, anything that may have surfaced throughout your practice. I bow to you. Namaste.